Welcome to Creatives Grab Coffee, the podcast on the business of video production.
Creatives Grab Coffee is hosted by Dario, Nouri, and Kyrill Lazarov from Labs Productions. Our goal is to share knowledge and experiences from video production professionals around the world. Whether you're a freelancer looking to start your own business or a seasoned business owner aiming to scale your company, this is the show for you.
Join us as we develop a community of like-minded creatives looking to learn and help each other grow. Welcome to the business of video production. Welcome to Creatives Grab Coffee.
Before we get started with the show, let's go over today's sponsors.
Do you have a shoot in Toronto? Do you need crew or a strong production partner to help you with your project? Labs Productions is one of the top production companies in Toronto and your go-to video partner.
With our strong creative skills and extensive network, we can help you achieve your goal. Labs Productions is able to offer you production services, white label services, or finder fees for project handoffs.
Reach out to us on our website at lapsproductions.com to learn more.
My name is Miran. Welcome to Canada Film Equipment. We are a boutique rental house based in Toronto. We are here to help you guys out with all production sizes. Feel free to contact us to get a quote if you are a production house and you're looking for lighting, camera packages, or lighting and group fan packages. You can see our contact information in the link below. We are more than happy to help you guys out. Make sure you follow and subscribe to creativesgrabcoffee.com. Thank you.
Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Matt. Welcome to Audio Process. We are a boutique audio company doing location sound design, post-sound, ADR, Foley. We service equipment. We do all your audio needs here in Toronto. We got you covered. Come on down, audioprocess.ca. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and all of the other internet things to creativesgrabcoffee.com. They'll be waiting for you. I'll be waiting for you, and we're all gonna have a real good time.
And now, let's begin the show.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Creatives Grab Coffee. Today we have Ana Rosales from AVR Media Group. Ana, welcome to the show.
Thank you guys. I'm so excited to be here and talking with you. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Happy to have you on.
And we're circling back to Miami this time around. We've already been there once. Now we got some more guests. So Ana, just tell us a little bit about you, your company, and how you got into the biz.
Sure. My name is Ana Rosales. I am the founder and director of AVR Media Group. It's a video production company based in Miami since 2013. So I am from Venezuela, and I moved to US in 2010. So yeah, it was a very tough time because I had to start a new life from zero. So I remember those times, and of course I took any jobs to pay bills and start in a new life. It was a very, very hard, but I don't know, always I had this dream in my mind, visualizing that I really want to do something that I really love, And I don't know you guys, but in my family, I was always the girl just taking pictures, the family doing the camera with the handy cam. So always I loved the photography and the video. So at the beginning, when I started living here in the United States, of course, I don't have any friends or family around. Also, my English was really bad, so I had to take classes in the school at night and to improve a little by little my English. But anyway, I was always thinking and how can I start a business here by my own, doing what I really loved. And then it was in 2013 when I just take the big step to create a AVR Media Group. So at the beginning, I was offered a creative service like website or graphic design, branding, and photography. And in 2014, I had a very good client. She had a big online community in YouTube, and she wanted to create a high-end video for her YouTube channel. So, I produced it, I directed the video, and the final result, it was amazing. So I love it. And then I just, shift to video production, full time.
We had a similar start, helping out
Oh,
the
really?
YouTube channel and then jumping off and doing our own thing.
Yeah,
Except
yeah.
for us, it was like we were just kind of doing it in a way like for fun as part of like something like with the university like beforehand. It wasn't something that we had thought about like kind of jumping into as a business. Like did you like start the business and then started working on the YouTube channel, or did this opportunity come and
No,
it allowed you to do it?
She started the business because she started graphic design and web design.
Yeah, and then of course
That's what I'm
part
asking.
part of my offer or my services in that time, it was photography, right? And then in that
Right.
time, we're talking about 2013, the video was not very popular, and then we started to have cameras, the small cameras doing very good videos, and I don't know, I just started having clients. They wanted to make a behind the scenes video or short videos for certain marketing stuff, and just I was like focused on video because I love it, and then I started to get a new projects only on video. So
Yeah, that time was a time when I think there was a big shift where a lot of people started seeing more video content being released because it was getting easier and easier to be produced. So I think a lot of creators like ourselves kind of broke out at that time in terms of starting to actually turn this industry, like kind of like work in it as like a business. Because that's also when I decided to jump into it, and then Dario joined me shortly after.
Were a lot of businesses using it though, or asking for video because it was getting easier, or more so because social media?
I think it was a mix of both, because it's like, I mean, think of it like this. You start to see it more on social media, so then there was becoming more of a demand, right? So the demand for video started to kind of grow exponentially, and it just kind of happened, with the fact that it became easier for people to make videos at the time. Because at least that's what it seemed like from my perspective when I was like starting to create content. I just thought to myself, okay, I figured out how to start making videos. Now it's getting a little bit easier, and then I'm putting them out there, and then more and more people started kind of asking for it. So it kind of gravitated a little bit like that. Was it like a little bit similar for you, Anna, or was it?
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. Then I don't know why, but I remember those time and people starting to use more videos and requesting more better videos for their marketing resources. So I just saw a really nice opportunity to start to creating a very, very professional videos, with a very good lighting, locations and everything. And I remember those days, guys, like I spent like entire night watching YouTube videos, how to get a good lighting and, edit, because I had to do everything, and it's
Yeah.
amazing because I was able to learn about everything, right? So it was very interesting, but it was nice. It was a really, really nice journey. I'm still learning, of course.
It's a constant learning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like this industry, you're always going to be learning. There's always new things, especially now with like AI and stuff coming out. We have to relearn a lot of
Oh my
things
God,
to
yeah.
just kind of like really reinforce our skill sets as well. And the funny thing is, like back then, there wasn't as many resources available online to teach people how to create content. Like back then, it was more so teaching people how to make movies and films, in a much bigger and more expensive type setting, right?
Exactly.
Whereas, there was this emergence of like people working on low budget style content. Whereas now there are thousands, if not millions of videos now on the internet about how to light, how to produce social media
yeah.
content. Like it's
Oh, yeah.
such a huge amount of content out there to teach people how to make content, to the point where there's now videos about how to shoot content that teaches how to shoot content. It's starting to kind of circle back in that way. But yeah, and now like we really just have to kind of figure out like how to grow and develop further from that, especially with the industry changing now, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And yeah, it's we have to, we have to move forward with the business right now. With the AI thing, I just mentioned. I was I just started a new course on how to create videos in AI, and yes, it can be really impressive, but you need to a little bit about the technical knowledge, right? So, but I don't know. I was wonder if in a couple of years everything's gonna look the same. I don't know why, because
Couple weeks.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because wow, it's too fast. It's too fast, and yeah, you can do a really impressive thing, but I don't know. It's still looking so fake. So
It looks cool and like kind of like, oh, almost there for like a week, and
almost
then you
there.
start to see a lot of content of it, and you're like, oh, I can tell. Like,
Yeah.
by the time we're recording this is like early June. I remember just at the end of May, I started seeing because I think they released Google VEO 3, and then I started seeing a lot of these like historical influencer type of videos, and like the
Yeah.
first two that I saw, I'm like, oh wow, we're getting there. And then it's been like a week now, and I just go like, oh, it looks kind of AI-ish. They still haven't. I don't know. Like I've said this before. Like first couple of days, it looks like really good, and then after that, you can kind of like tell that it's fake.
Yeah,
But it's
and
There,
getting some of it looks pretty impressive.
it
I
is.
think
But
in
Yeah.
still,
certain I think in certain types of content it thrives a little bit more, I've noticed. Like more so in the YouTube space, kind of like in the more informational type content. I feel like in that type of setting it's more kind of accepted, with the AI if there's like
What
little
do you mean?
mistakes and things like that. It's kind of like explaining certain how do I describe it?
Because
Like,
I haven't seen too much good use of video AI on YouTube. The only stuff
check out
I'm
Moon.
seeing huh?
Check out the YouTube channel Moon. I think that one is done partially with AI. Like I think not where
I'm
videos
seeing
are
a lot of like
entirely.
narrative stuff that's AI, and you can kind of tell because the voice just sounds like a little flat, and they'll do like
But that's what I
like
mean.
I've been seeing like a trend of like historical videos that's like just narrative focus, and you could tell like they just created the script in ChatGPT and just fed it through a voice AI, and then they just post it on YouTube, and
Oh,
they'll pull
you
like
mean
some
narrated.
images.
You
That's
mean
what I'm seeing.
narrated. You
That's what I'm
said
seeing a
narrative.
lot. No,
You
Yeah, the
said
narrative.
narrative. Okay,
nar-
narrated. Okay.
narrated. I haven't seen a lot of like long form because YouTube's more like long
Yeah.
form
Yeah.
content, right? That would take
Yeah.
way too long. I think they'd run out of all those credits on those platforms
Yeah,
within like
but
2 minutes.
guys, to me, it can be a very interesting opportunity to us to be more creative
Yeah.
and work in the better storytelling, because to me, that's the key. Because you can use AI or whatever you want, but if you don't have a good story, you don't have anything. So, you
And
know,
the other thing is like you mentioned the concern of how everything might start looking a little bit the same, right? That is not like a lot of people are saying that as if it's something new. That's not new in our industry. Whenever there's a new trend or some kind of formula that really works, people start to copy and replicate it like
you're right.
crazy. Like if you look at like the movies that are coming out these days, they're all looking the same. There's always like the teal orange color palette that everyone uses for color
Sure.
grading. So every movie is starting to look the same. One of the biggest things I've noticed is that a lot of commercials and short films or movies, they're all being shot
Dark.
and then they're all going not necessarily just that, but like they're all being shot and they're all being sent to the same color houses, right? The same people are color grading everything. So what do you think is going to happen? Everything's going to look the same. You all start using the same AI software, everything's going to have that kind of footprint. So this
Yeah,
isn't
sure.
like a new challenge necessarily. So like you said, Anna, like it's a unique opportunity for people to start to figure out ways to be a little bit more creative. And I think part of it is not relying on AI entirely, like making a video from completely from scratch, but using it in accordance with like other types of real content. I think that is maybe like a place where people can start to try to be a little bit more creative.
I saw a
Absolutely. And try
video.
to evoke more feelings, guys. More
Yeah.
I saw
feeling, the human part.
My friend sent me a video. It was like a gimmicky, like, you know, one of those like marketing things they did, but they had like one of those Tesla robots operate a camera, and it created
What?
like,
No way.
basically a promo video for, I think, one of their cars and everything.
What?
And I was looking at that, I'm
Yeah, I
like,
saw
oh my
it.
god. I think because with all this video AI stuff, I was like, no, they're still gonna need us. And then I saw the robot filming.
Did
I
you
was
see
like,
the robot
ooh.
just holding
I
the
was like,
camera, right? Yeah,
I don't know
remember.
anymore.
Oh
I don't know
my
anymore now.
God. No, no,
You know, the
no.
good thing about that is actually the one opportunity that will kind of bring in is, you know, like sending the robot into more harsher environments. You know, like it makes me think back to when we had a client where it was this wind tunnel which would go from like -40 to +30 degrees Celsius weather. You know, like it was very limiting for us at the time because, for example, I couldn't handle the heat very well. Dario couldn't handle the cold very well, so we would alternate.
In all
But
honesty, though, Kyrill, those guys, we were doing something that they didn't really need. Like, they're testing stuff, right? Like, I just planted GoPro there for like 12
yeah, I
hours and
know,
get the
but
footage.
okay, you're talking about a very specific situation. I'm just talking
Okay.
about how in those situations, Dario,
Okay.
where if it's like, say, in really harsh cold environments that are like -40, -50 degrees Celsius, where humans can't operate for very long periods, those are situations where maybe robots can kind of go in and capture the content that we would need, right? And it would definitely open up the possibilities of what can be captured. But yeah, then also there's that flip side where, you know,
Planet
maybe
Earth season 10 is going to be like that. Just all
But think of it like
AI
this.
I don't know
robots
what is
filming.
going to happen, guys, but you know, we have to
There's-
educate ourselves and try to,
Yeah.
practice and see how that kind of tool can improve our skills, and to
Yeah.
offer a better service for our client. Because to me, that's the thing, that's the opportunity to us.
Have you used any like video AI? Because we've used it on a couple of our projects already. Like we've extended clips and everything.
That's the best, actually. Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't try it yet.
So if you go into, for example, Adobe Premiere, they have Adobe Extend, I think it's called, where if you have a shot, you need at least 2 seconds of it, and then you can
Okay.
extend the clip a little further. And we had this one kind of like small budget project where it was just like editing kind of like a resort promo video that was like around 30 seconds long. And this client, all they had was an edited video from this hotel, and he said, this is all we have to work with. Can you chop this up in a way that we could also market our stuff? So I took that video, put it into Premiere, chopped it up in little sections, but the clips were very short. They were only like 2 seconds to 3 seconds long, so I couldn't
Okay.
really use them the way I needed to. So I used the Adobe Extend, and it actually really helped kind of make it effective as a promo video.
Oh, wow.
And I found that it's really good when you're using kind of inanimate objects. The second you start introducing people, though, it gets really funny, because like if you're getting someone walking across the frame and you want to extend it, their legs start to do this really like
really?
wonky, wavy kind of walk that does not look right.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but yeah, it definitely it provided something to that client that, otherwise wouldn't have been there, right? There wouldn't have been as much content available to actually produce something good for them.
Yeah, and
So
they're
try
getting
it out.
better. They're getting better. The tools is improving every day. So how's Dario say? Getting there. Let's see. Let's see.
Couple years, and we really have to
Maybe less.
reevaluate where we're gonna
Maybe
be.
less. Yeah.
We're just gonna be AI prompters, that's what they say. Everyone like, gone will be
prompting.
videographers, just AI prompting. And I mean, here's the thing: you had that concern. You guys had that concern about the robot that would be filming. That's not exactly a cheap robot, though. So I think
Exactly.
certain budgets are not going to be able to afford that. So I'm just saying, we have some
Yeah.
security
It'll
for a
be
little
cheaper
bit.
to send in humans
It is cheaper to send in humans. What do you
Yeah.
think? This
for
is?
now
Yeah,
until it gets
absolutely.
mass produced. Then it's gonna be cheaper to send in the robots.
Didn't you
Of course.
hear about that one AI company that got sued? It was like a $1.5 billion company because it was cheaper to just hire 700 engineers rather than actually building an AI platform, and they made it look like it was AI. Like, that was crazy.
Companies
Oh
always
my
crack me
God.
up. I'm like, what happens to them if ChatGPT goes offline for like a day? What happens to the
Oh.
whole business?
That is a really interesting thing. because it's like normal right now. Everyone using AI or ChatGPT, for everything. And I think it's a really good tool, but I don't know. You have to do the exercise anyway. You have to do the job anyway.
Yeah.
It's still just a tool. I think that's what people forget. It's not like it's one and done, right? Like maybe for certain smaller tasks, sure.
Yeah.
But you still have to edit. You still have to make it a little bit authentic. It's a great starting
Absolutely.
point, but it's not the final product necessarily, right?
Yeah.
Anna, where you at right now? So you mentioned how you got into it. So from 2013, 14-ish to now, like what point are you at now with your business?
Right. I mean, specialize. What do you think? I mean, what do you mean? Sorry. Can you repeat that?
Are you specialized in anything? Are you focusing on everything?
Yeah.
Like
Well,
how big's your company? Like
at the beginning, of course, I had to do everything, guys, right? And then I tried to get focused on corporate and social media content, but high-end content for companies, for brand, like showcase products. Also I have editor. He animated 3D, 2D stuff. So we have that like that services in my company, like animate products and corporate, a lot of corporate events as well. And then it was in 2022, sorry, in 2022, I was invited to be a camera operator in a documentary, and I love it. I traveled to Mexico like for 2 years, and I was completely in love about the project. And then I started to try to get that kind of project with a more documentary feeling because I really love it. So yeah, I mean, it's a little bit kind of everything, but mostly in the commercial stuff.
Yeah, those documentary projects are always a lot of fun, but they can be a time commitment depending on what your role is, depending on what type of project you're heading up. And you just mentioned that you, as a camera operator, you went to work on this project for 2 years. So what happened in that time with your business specifically? Because as you said, most of the work you do is corporate and commercial type content. So did you basically let all your clients know like you're on pause, or like what happened in that?
Yeah,
in that
because
case?
in that specific project, I have a very good friend. He is the director of the documentary, right? And he invited me to be part of the project as a camera operator, mostly because it's a lot of group of women there. I mean, it's a very small community in Yucatan, Mexico, and just a group of women. They start a softball team. So to try to connect with the girls and everything, I have to travel a lot there and live with them in their community. It was amazing experience, guys. Amazing experience. Very, very nice people. Very humble, and I tried to be organized in my business because I had some time to take a week there in Mexico. But, trying to handle my business by email, calls, and everything, it was very challenging. But I did it because I think it worth it, of course, at all, the time and everything. The experience was amazing. But it was really nice experience because, it's not only me, it was a very big crew. One of them from Canada, another guy from Guatemala. So it was a really nice time to get networking as well, to do networking. But I mean, I just tried to be organized with my stuff in my company during the filming or doing my trips to Mexico.
Yeah, those projects they're very valuable because you can learn a lot in immersing yourself in these kind of longer form contents. Like you pick up skills that you otherwise wouldn't, right? Like, because when you're working in your business and you're doing very similar type content, you know, like corporate events, corporate promos and stuff like that, like, not that you're doing the exact same content constantly, but you know, a lot of it is very similar, and you have like a style that you've kind of created. But then being able to do projects that are different and a little bit more long form can really open up new creative
Absolutely.
kind of ideas for you, right? Like recently we had just I shot a tennis promo video for our business, which is something a little bit different from what we do on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
And from doing it, like after that, I was trying to think, I was kind of like thinking to myself, all right, how did I go about it? Like, what did I do differently? What worked, what didn't work? And then it started to give me ideas on different kinds of projects and ideas that we can bring to like other corporate type promos. And like, it really just kind of opened up my eyes a little bit more, and just kind of like gave a new perspective. So
Yeah, absolutely.
like when those opportunities come to do something very different, you know, and you know, at least something that it will also excite you, that's the main thing. It needs to be a project that will excite you. Then you know that there's going to be more of a benefit than just a monetary gain from it, right? Like, for example, that tennis project wasn't exactly a super high budget thing. Like Dario and I, we went about it saying like, all right, well, no, the guy doesn't have a huge budget. Let's see what we can kind of do with just like one of us, you know, like helping produce the content. But it gave me an idea of like, all right, if we were to do this on a much bigger scale, now I know how we can go about it, right? So there's a lot of learning that you can do on those projects.
Yes, absolutely agree with you. Yeah. And that I say is we are in constant learning about, you know, this business, about how we can do it different. And for example, in my personal opinion, is always try to see how can I impact or my community in a good way with this story. How we can do it differently, even if it's a commercial stuff. How we can tell the story in a very emotional way that, you know, you can, I don't know, get something really nice from the final piece, right? So, and that kind of project, like a documentary, give me that, you know, vision to be very discreet, but I'm capturing very emotional thing. I don't know, I love it. And I try to mix that feeling a little bit with my commercial project. So yeah, and that is really nice because it's part of the journey of as a creator, try to figure it out how we can do it different. I want to be different for the rest of the social media content that you see every day. So how we can do that. And that is the most challenge part, but I love it.
That's nice. Let's talk about the scene in Miami. Like, what's the industry like down there? Like, are there specific types of industries that are bigger than others there? Or?
Not really. I mean, not much, for be honest, because I don't know why here it's not a common thing to see. I don't know. Filming movies around, or of course here we have a very big festival, Miami Film Festival, and you can see a lot of very good movies produced here or in another country, but it's not that big like in Los Angeles or another state.
Okay, like what about for corporate, like were there particular industries? Is there like a lot of events based stuff? Or?
Yeah, it's a lot of event here because right now Miami is growing too much. I mean, we have a lot of tech company here, and now I think in the next year it's going to be the World Cup here, so it's going to be crazy with a lot of.
Oh, it's there too.
Yeah.
Are we having it here as well, Kyrill?
Yeah, so the World Cup is going to be in Mexico, America, and Canada. They're going to have, I think, like 3-4 games in Canada, about 5 or 6 in Mexico, and then the rest is in like all spread out throughout the U.S. Miami's like a big destination. I think the final is going to be in New Jersey for some reason.
Really?
Because they have a really
Yeah.
big stadium there. That's
Okay.
why.
What a place.
But yeah, so here we have a lot of events, and it's a really nice niche to create stuff to offer as services to the film events. So yeah,
Is there a
there,
lot
like-
of competition there in terms of like other
Oh, yeah.
production companies?
a lot. It's a lot of video production company and videographer as well. And it's a competition sometimes not fair because you can see like I can produce a video for $100. Like what?
Oh, no one can compete with that.
Exactly.
No,
So
no, it's-
But you're getting $100 video. That's like the Fiverr of all, videos.
it's crazy, but yeah, it is. It exists here in Miami, but it's part of the journey. It's always we have to figure it out how we're gonna, survive to this competition. But I don't know. I think when I talk it with my friend, they had work, they work in company, and we are always talking about how can I stand as a freelancer or have my own company working by my own, and I told them all the time like we are out of our comfort zone all the time because you never know what is going to happen next month or next week. It's really hard. It's mindset, to be honest with you.
So what do you do to kind of like stay competitive or
I'm a very fan of networking because I think it's very important to get connection. Connection is everything. So I know it's really hard sometimes to go to networking, present yourself, talk about yourself. You have to sell yourself, of course, part of your duties. And but it's worth. I mean, if you really get a really nice connection, that's to me has been the key for my business. So when the season is is low, I just try to focus on my marketing resources. How can better my website? How can just my marketing stuff, try to improve it and send emails, make calls, something like that. But sometimes it can be very tough.
Yeah, networking is really the best way to kind of solidify yourself with people, at least in their minds, that you're the video expert, that you know what you're doing. So it may not necessarily yield work right away, but later on it could potentially do that. Like you mentioned though, like with such a huge influx of competition, do you find that when you're networking, you're talking to people that have already like 3 or 4 video people that they already have in contact, or is it more so the competition when people are reaching out to you cold, like cold emailing or cold calling you, being like, hey, like, can you do this for this low of a budget because this and this? Like, do you find in that case, or like, is there a specific situation that you see the competition affecting you?
Yeah, sometimes I see they are looking for a better price. So I try to be, direct to the point. Okay, what is your budget? And see what we can do with that. And then if we are in the part of the negotiation, they told me like, oh, Ana, we get to another direction. It's because they maybe find another maybe low budget, and that's okay. That's completely okay. But I'm always open to negotiate. In the first conversation with my client, I always say that like, okay, we can work with it. If you are in a budget, we can work with that. Just tell me. Try to get that confidence with the client. To me, it's very important. Very important. Like, okay, I'm here to help. We can do it together. What is the budget? I can help you. Try to, I don't know, to put the different option in the table.
There's always room for working within budgets because we all have different margins, and like there's always like the safety spot. Like you want to get I don't know, 10, 20% on a project. And then that means you have up to 20% to work with, right? You could always do it at cost, but at the end of the day, as long as there's some money coming into the business, you have room to negotiate, right?
And it's
Yeah,
also
it's
about like knowing
depend.
what to offer. It's knowing what to offer the client, like if it's a type of project where, it seems fairly simple, you're not going to recommend 3 cameras with 2 grips, an audio op and everything. Like that's like too big of a crew that that they don't have the budget for. Maybe you're going to recommend just half of that to at least fit it
Yes.
within the budget and then work with them, right? It's just a matter of like knowing how much service or how much resources you need to offer that you'll get the job done. Like you need to obviously know what the bare minimum is on your end in terms of
Yeah, of
getting
course.
the videos done to your standard of quality. There's that which you can't really compromise on, but then it's just a matter of like the extra like sauce, I guess. I don't know if that's the right way to phrase it, but yeah.
But yeah, and of course, it's gonna depend of the project, of course. What they want, what they need, what they want to achieve. I just always start the conversation with that, like, okay, what are you looking for? What do you need? Okay, I know it's for my social media. Okay, we can do something, small crew, one camera, good lighting, something like that. Always try to be open to different options. It's not about the budget, it's about we need to get the project done, nicely and to get the results what you want. So I'm always open the conversation with that. Like, okay, we can do it together. Just tell me, are we gonna do some recommendation about how we can work this, and that's it. Instead to okay, we're gonna do a big production. No, because they scared. Okay, no, I don't want that. It sounds too much money. So it depends.
And not to mention, it's also like when you explain it to them, and especially if, like, for example, if a client comes with a budget that is much lower than that what is needed, you can explain to them and show them examples of what would be necessary to get it done the way that they would want it
Yeah.
done well. I had this happen recently with one client where it was originally with their budget just for one person to go in for their event and just do some light B-roll capture of everything. But then in the conversations after the fact, they started mentioning, oh, they want the whole event captured. They want someone to record the full audio as well as film the entire panel, all the panels speaking from start to finish. And I said, if you want to do that as well, we would need to hire someone else to come in as well.
Oh, yeah.
So that
Oh,
we
yeah.
can provide that service, right? Like one person can't do both jobs, at least not do it well, right? Like if you have someone who has split focus, then everything's going to suffer, right? And when I explained that to them, they understood and they said, yes, let's hire the new person. He'll handle the full event capture, and then the second person can handle just the highlight B-roll. So once you explain and educate your client on how to do the job well, they will understand, and most of the time they will find extra budget to make that
Yes.
happen. That's what
Because
people forget.
they have the extra budget. But yeah,
Absolutely.
upselling is awesome. I love upselling.
Yeah.
Because you just start
Yeah.
to present different options to them and then just let them decide. I try not to put too much. I feel like when you first get into this and you start talking to clients and everything, especially if you don't have sales experience, like money is a very emotional thing. So once you separate the emotion from the word, it becomes a lot easier to kind of like pitch them on other stuff. And again, it's not their money either. They just have a budget they're working with and they're trying to figure out what's the best bang for their buck. So it becomes easier to just kind of present different options to the client and then just let them choose. I always let them choose. So like even when I send out our proposals, like I'll give them the different possibilities and then I tell them, I said, what I recommend, but you guys, I don't know what's going on behind closed doors over there, so you guys figure it out, And
Yeah,
I find our
yeah.
closure rate to be really high because of that.
Yeah, but that's that I say is very important. The first conversation with your client, you have to be very honest, and then just try to, I don't know, have that conversation very open to the option. And okay, what are you looking for? Okay, we can do this. Or we need a extra crew if you want to something more professional or more, is yeah, definitely we have to educate our clients. It's happening all the time. And it's crazy because I work with a lot of brands, with the marketing team, and they don't understand. I mean, I was like, okay, they work in marketing and you don't understand how this thing works. It's crazy, right? For example, oh, Anna, we need a presentation with animation showing the results of the first trimester of the year, where we need something very impactful with, very nice thing for tomorrow. What? No, that is not gonna happen.
What's your budget?
$200.
$200
For $200.
But it's happened. I mean, I have one brand. It's happened all the time. You reach me like Friday, and they need the presentation for Monday, and I always, talk with the girls, and I say, okay, I can do this, but I need to charge the rush fee because I want to spend.
I love when they say I love when they say we need it right away, and I love always going like, we can always do
I can
that.
do
It just costs extra.
But of course, I'm always I can do that, but it's gonna cost. I don't know. I have to charge for the rush fee, and they told me, Anna, it doesn't matter the rush fee, whatever you need. Okay, now we're talking,
Yeah.
But
I love when they start to get delayed on their end. I'm like, perfect. I know what they're gonna need. They're gonna need a rush order on this. Fantastic.
Yeah, but definitely, yes. Sometimes we have to educate our clients. It's part of our jobs.
A lot of the time, like you said, is just managing expectations for clients. I feel like that's half the job,
It's that and just covering your ass also, going like,
well, yeah,
I can deliver it if we start as of tomorrow. And then they don't start as of tomorrow. So I'm like, I told you.
Yeah.
No, and this company, the same company, they, for example, Anna, we need to cover this event. It's going to be 3 days full day covering. We need audio. We need the interviews. But we need it for, I don't know, what is the most sooner you can deliver this? Like, I don't know, maybe a week? Oh, no, we need it to 3 days. No way. It's 3 days of footage. It's crazy. No.
Oh, my favorite is that, but also when they say like, oh, we need to film all this content and then we need it everything done in a week. And we're like, okay, great. Are you available on this day or this day? They're like, no. Then sorry, we have to wait another week. So like they can't even make the time to actually do the shoot sometimes, and it's like, so like if you guys if you guys aren't available to actually show up to the shoot, then how would we even produce it, right? So
you just gotta the easiest way around those conversations is just let them know your timeline and then just get them to sign the contract.
Oh my god!
Because once they're locked in, now it's
get them committed. They'll figure it out.
Get them committed. They'll figure it out on their end, and then as long as you tell them, it's like we need like 7 business day turnaround from the shoot date, and we need 5 business days before the shoot date for the pre. Then that's it. Put in the contract, save your ass, let them know, and then let them figure it out on their end.
Think of it like this: if you have a swimming pool in your condo, you're always going to think to yourself, yeah, I could go swimming whenever I want. I'll get to it, But if you actually pay $50 to go somewhere to swim, you're going to get 3 hours worth of your time swimming there, right?
Where are you paying $50 to swim, Kyrill?
I'm making an example. You know what I mean?
Where's this guy going?
Sorry, you go on vacation to a beach. You're going to really make use of the beach when you're there. There's an example for you.
Yeah, but I mean, when that kind of situation happened to me, I just think about, oh my God, but they were involved in marketing, so they supposed to know how time this thing need to get done, So I don't understand. But anyway.
I mean, in that situation, like just because people work in marketing, there have been many situations where we've noticed that they have, like, some of these people have not done video necessarily before, so they don't know what goes into actually the creation of a video, so they may not know. So like we said, it's all education and just communicating, right? Like everyone has different experiences in the marketing world. I feel like in an ad agency setting, that would be one where they will know, in terms of what it's like in terms of content. But if it's an internal marketing team, not always will they know how a video is made necessarily,
yeah.
right?
Absolutely. But yeah, I'm always try to be very nice to, to explain how we work, how the time we're going to spend doing this in a very sweet way, in a very professional way as well. So to, try to educate the client, but sometimes it's really hard because they don't understand.
Let's talk about, because it's not often we have a what do you call it? Sorry, the coffee's not kicking in today. It's not often we have a woman-owned production company owner come on the show. We only had a handful so far. So, do you have anything you want to say about like the experience about that? Or
Experience about what? Excuse me.
like being like a female business owner, because it's like we've done. I think we're almost at I think we're past 100 episodes actually by the time this one releases, and we've only had like a handful come on.
Like 3 or 4, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, this of course isn't always easy, right? And because as you know, this is an industry it's a male-dominated industry, right? But mostly at the beginning, when I started working in the big production, I was the only girl in the crew, and at times it can feel intimidating, right? But then, when you start having conversation with your partner, with your crew, and to be very, very honest with you, I feel grateful because I had very good friends, and they share their knowledge, and I don't know. I have had the chance to work with incredible men, and it has been a very important in my journey running my own business, but of course, sometimes when I had, to work in that big production with a lot of men, you can feel like that I say very, intimidated for the crew, and I don't know. That is my very personal opinion about that, and I think the big roles and major opportunity often go to men. Maybe in the big productions. So for that reason, with my company, I'm trying to hire more girls to give them opportunity to create a nice stuff, mostly women on cameras. So that to me is part of my purpose with my business. Try to give them opportunities to the girls, and yeah.
That's great. Here in Toronto, like I don't know a lot, because a lot of like to make the jump from videographer, like to become a production company owner, they're always making the jump from videographer, and then it kind of evolved to that. And I like here in Toronto, we don't really. I mean, in our network, we don't know too many female videographers. Like I know only 2 on my end. I don't know how many Kyrill knows on his end, but it's like
a couple,
few and far in between.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I think
the funny thing is, oh, sorry, go.
No, sorry.
I was just gonna say that I find that more of the company owners are kind of in the wedding space from women. That's the trend I've noticed. Like not
for
so
video.
Some in yeah, I've seen some in video. Like I don't know them personally, but I've seen like through like Instagram and stuff like that. But a lot of them are obviously in photography as well.
Yeah.
That a lot of them kind of gravitate more towards photography specifically. Some photographers that I've talked to, like I was just talking to one the other day who said that she also started doing video. Like they're jumping from photo to video. I've noticed from some of them. So
that's rare.
Yeah, because I was asking her how she started doing video, and she mentioned like a specific like wedding or something that she was shooting photo for, and then the couple or something would ask, oh, like aside from that, do you mind just grabbing a couple video clips, and then she would do it for fun, and then said like, oh, I kind of really liked it, so I want to jump into it a little bit more. So maybe it's a little different kind of path for some people in that sense. Maybe they do, instead of videographer to video company owner, first photo company owner, then video company owner.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder why there's more like women in photography. It's like almost reversed. There's like more women in photography and there's more men in videography. I wonder what the reason is for that.
I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know why.
Maybe gear. There's a lot
I think
more
it's the
gear
weight.
to carry
I think
in
it's
video.
the weight of the gear. Because there's times where I bring stuff and I'm like, man, this is heavy.
Oh my God. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And when we started, it was worse.
Yeah, here in Miami, I have a very good friend. She had a nonprofit organization. It's called Women Set. And it's a lot of women in the industry, a lot of videographers, set designer, editor. So they always, request my help when she had a very good production, because some brands, they want all female crew for their production. For example, another day we had a production of a brand is for, I don't know how to say that. I mean, they produce like a pad for cesareans. I mean,
For C-sections?
yeah, C-section. Yeah, they sell pad for C-section, so they wanted all women, only women in the crew. So because in the production we had, a different mother with babies, and the feeling was amazing. I love it. I love it. So, I can feel like, okay, this is my tribe, my team. This is really good energy here. So she trying to, to get more girls into the nonprofit. So that's great,
Yeah, that's a very specific type of like content that would warrant and need like a specific type of crew member to be on there, right? Like like obviously like if you were to have like all women in that kind of setting and then one guy, it's going to completely change the dynamic.
Feel uncomfortable as the guy there.
Yeah, I feel the same when
Like, why am I here?
Exactly, sometimes I feel the same when I have around old men, and you can feel like, I don't know, it's kind of feeling,
That's a good example to kind of highlight to men. It's like, you know what it's like for a lot of women in our industry. It's like, think of it like that. It's an all women filming a cesarean section product or whatever, and then it's all girls and one guy. Like, see how you're gonna feel in that setting.
When you said that, that's what I was thinking. That's funny.
Yeah, and another day I was in the production, and I do not remember. It was like 5 men, and I don't know, me and another girl in the crew, and the boys were talking about cameras, lenses, the toys.
The toys.
And my friend and I were talking about, I don't know, the story, how we can, I don't know, do different stuff, and it was so
Are you
funny.
saying we guys are just gearheads? Is
Yeah,
that what you're saying?
exactly. Like little boys talking about new toys. It's so funny.
Oh, that's a good one. That's funny.
But it's true.
A lot of the time it is true. Like it depends on like the crews as well. I find the camera talk happens with a lot of like with a lot of the guys on set typically. Yeah. But,
to be honest, I've seen it happen because we do a lot of producing now, and I see it happening a lot between the grip and the DP.
Always.
That's funny is I react the way you react, Anna, on set sometimes. I'll start talking about gear. I'm like, who gives a shit? Like, it's like the stuff that we have now lasts so long. Like, why are you talking about the next one?
Oh my God, guys. So I don't know if you're living this, kind of situation with the internal marketing team doing content during the filming. You are filming stuff.
Like on their phone and whatever?
Yeah. Oh man.
Are they getting in your way?
Yeah, of course, all the time. And I have to wait for them.
I have a funny. So we don't notice it on our corporate shoots. I think maybe because we don't do a lot of work with agencies. I think you might be doing a lot more work with them than we do. But I have noticed it when we do freelance wedding shoots, and oh my god, they get in the way. It's such a pain in the ass, and they always say like, "Oh no, we'll be like right behind you and everything." But the thing is like when I'm on the gimbal and stuff, I move. And they're not paying attention to the fact that I'm moving, or they'll be like right there, and it's like I need to move.
Oh my
So
God.
you're getting in my way.
Yeah. So that happens all the time, and I try to, tell them we need time here to do this. Then we can give you some time to create the content. So, try to be very respectful, very annoying. So get out of my way.
It's so funny. If that happened on the corporate side, I would have been like, I think I would have to like
Yeah, it happens.
step in and just say like, hey, you need to be at least 3 feet away from me while I'm doing this stuff.
No, another day I was, like, okay, and then I just, saying louder, like, okay, we want to wait for her. When you finish to record your content, please let me know to keep doing my job here. And she was like, oh no, Ana, no, go ahead. My God, because
It's kind of like again, I've only had this happen with weddings, so that's the experience I have with it. But I think a good way to go about those situations is, I mean, in a corporate setting where you do have more time and everything, is just the same approach that we do like with the photographers on wedding sets, where it's like basically like, okay, let them do their stuff, and then I usually jump in after that and I take my shots.
Exactly.
That's like the workflow I have in those situations. But yeah, like and I guess it might be easier for you because it's like it's just two of you. It'll be you and the social the content creator versus like on wedding sets it's photographer, videographer.
Yeah, I had experience doing
content.
wedding as well because I have a lot of friends that are wedding photographers, and sometimes when they need a help with filming weddings and I don't have anything in the schedule, I take those jobs. And it's happening all the time with people with their fun and getting in your way, and it's crazy.
Yeah. I think we're at a good point. It's like about an hour mark, and I think Kyrill said it's lagging on his end, so he's having a bit of trouble joining in on the conversation. So yeah, he's even laughing.
I think it finally.
I
think it finally came back. I think it finally came back slightly for me, but I don't know what happened the last like 2 minutes. It was or 2-3 minutes. It just everyone's
audio
lagging
Yeah, I
there.
saw you struggling, but I was trying to keep the conversation.
It's a bit better now, but it was like kind of I don't know what I've never had this
the
lag
audio
for us
delayed
before.
Was the audio delayed too?
It was delayed. It was cutting out, so I couldn't even hear the conversation fully. And I'm just like, just smile and wave, but just smile and wave.
Oh,
That's
my
all good.
God.
It's all good. So what are the next steps for you? Like, what are you looking to do? I was asking more long-term questions on the other episodes, but I think let's talk more short-term. Like, what are your plans for 2025?
Well, guys, right now, I'm just because right now is a slow season to me here. I don't know why. Maybe, vacation from school and everything. But, I'm working in my SEO and working in my newsletters, in my marketing communication, to, try to get a new project for next month or but I'm trying to be focused right now in that kind of project more in the documentary style, right? So
As a freelancer or like
no,
or
with
like-
with my company. I'm trying to sell the idea of company, like we can create a brand video in in the documentary way. So I really want to get focused on that, and let's see what is going to happen the next couple of months. Because as you know, this business is like a roller coaster. So, what about you guys?
For this year, it's going to be a lot of just fine tuning the business. So again, just focusing on our marketing, SEO, like fixing up the website. I'm going through like all the pages on the website and slowly like fixing them all up and everything, and internally linking, optimizing it, blah blah
Same
blah blah
here.
blah. I would like to give our website a visual overhaul, but I am not talented enough for that. So I got to figure out a way to hire someone that'll help us with that, and then in a way that also won't tank our ranking, because that's the thing I'm most worried about.
So many years I've been wanting to kind of like try to make it a little bit more elevated, like in that sense. But like as Dario mentioned, you know, like we're a little limited. Like we're valuing our SEO and our speed more so because that's what gets us in front of clients at this point. So fine tuning and evolving in your business, it'll take time. It's not something you can do overnight, you know. And on the content side of things as well, like we're trying to figure out and evolve how we produce our content, you know, be a little bit more efficient, which has been actually off to a great start this year, which has been a side benefit of me not shooting for the first 4 months of the year, you know, just focusing on the post-production and the editing in a way that I didn't get the chance to do before. And now it's like I'm seeing a huge shift in like the quality even in the content now because I've been able to do that. And
Nice.
and also focusing on marketing content a bit more. That is the other part of it, and that's the one that's always going to be a hard thing for us in our industry, because it's one thing like it's so easy for us to create great videos for other clients, but you know, when it's your own business, you know, you're kind of close to it too. So that's part of the thing that I think slows us down a bit.
Because you try to make it too nice. You just got to create something quick so we can push it
I know.
out.
That's part of what I'm talking about with the evolving aspect. So like I've got some ideas on the works to do.
It's gotta be
so.
quick. Like I had a friend of ours tell us, he's like, you just gotta create, like, it doesn't need to look polished. Just pump it out, because you're gonna have to do the same thing within the next week. But so we're focusing on the marketing, revamping the website. Our SEO would be tied in with that. And then I would say we've kind of done quite a bit so far. Like in terms of financials, we did a lot of belt tightening procedures at the beginning of the year. So kind of cutting costs that didn't need to be paid and whatever. Like we kind of fixed all that stuff up. So I don't know what else is left for us except for
Grinding
and focusing a bit more on sales. So yeah, like newsletters, following up with old clients, reaching out to potential new clients. Yeah, like so one thing
LinkedIn,
we're going to be doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I haven't really figured out the best way to do it yet, but LinkedIn I guess would be part of it. But I think maybe just focusing on a couple different markets and then just kind of trying to get our foot into those doors. I don't know how to do it, but we'll get to it at some point this year.
Yeah. I understand, completely understand. It's about marketing all the time, and we have to sell our services. I mean, we have to do everything. In my case, I had to do everything. So right now, I'm focused on create a very nice team of videographers, photographers, editors. To
like
just,
increasing your roster.
Yeah. But to in me just in managing projects and sending people to the event or the project. But that's my focus this year. But it's not easy because I'm a very perfectionist, and I mean I really want to work with people, very talented people, very, with commitment. That's the thing.
I did that earlier as well this year, like maybe 2 months ago. I started putting calls out for freelancers and everything. And I got like a lot of replies and everything. And I've only had time to filter the videographers, but man, like even just like we had like over 150 people apply and everything. And
wow.
I think maybe like 1 or 2, I was like, let's see. So it's like, there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of freelancers out there. I think there's not a lot of good ones based on what I was seeing, and a lot of them were like people from like film, TV, commercial space, and I'm like, I was like, I need to see like your corporate stuff. I was like, I'm not gonna film like a show or like a Nike commercial. I need to know if you can go to an office and like film the guy properly and make it look nice, right? Do you have any event B-roll stuff I can look at? Because that's
Be professional.
Well, that was like, I think you need to clear your throat,
Good
Kyrill.
point. Be professional, because mostly...
Sorry.
The way you said that.
I'm lagging on my end, and then I don't even know what's happening. Just the second I need to start talking.
Be professional.
Be professional.
But yeah, to me, that's a really important thing. Be professional, because, you know, you can be good, maybe not good enough, but you are a very professional. You know, you get a time of the schedule, and the way you communicate with the client, to me, is really important. I try to be a really good care about that little things, like how you communicate with the client, how you dress for the events. That's really important, because, you know, I'm offering a high-end video production, you know, so we need to represent that, right?
Yeah, it's hard to find videographers that
really
understand that properly, like that, because there's even one person we know that's like really good videographer, but in terms of like talking to the client, it's not good.
You can't let them. You can't.
We can't. Yeah, it's got to be like they gotta come. We gotta be on set for those types of situations. But yeah, it's hard. Like I like to find people that understand and are able to.
Because in the final way, it's not AVR. It's Ana. It's Ana behind the AVR. So, you know, that's my face. So that, to me, is a big challenge to, you know, find a very talented people, but, you know, align with the same, you know what I mean, right? So
I think what people also don't understand, like that don't do a lot of corporate, is that shooting for corporate, there's a lot of stuff that you need to be good at off camera. And like saying that you need to be professional is a very broad term. What we're specifically talking about is being understanding of how to work with these types of clients, because you're dealing with people that are not video pros. They have a lot of other priorities as well that take precedent a lot of the time, which can shift things on a shoot day just like that. And you have to be understanding and know how to roll with the punches and not let it affect you. And like, from all those people that had applied, there was one person that did reach out to us that I had worked with once many years ago on like a wedding. Yeah. And we had one of our long-term clients that we had like our quarterly webinars for, and everyone was busy, and I reached out to him. I chatted with him. He sent over some of the corporate stuff that he's done, and I knew right away when I was chatting with him, he has the corporate experience. So he may not be necessarily like, you know, of the top 1% of like, say, DPs, right? But he's good enough, and he has good quality content when he shoots, but he knew what it was like to deal with corporate clients. And especially on this particular day, it was very necessary to have someone on set like that, because the CEO on this particular shoot was all over the place, more so than usual. And of course it happens when Dario is not here because he was on vacation. And
it happened because I was on vacation. If I was there, he would have been more calmer.
Well, it was more so because like it was just like the scripting on their end with the client, and like the specific information that they were trying to highlight was not done on time on their end, and like they were basically giving it to me at the shoot while the CEO is there in front of the teleprompter waiting. They're like, here's the new script, and I'm just trying frantically to put it on the teleprompter. It was that last second, right? And like the CEO would be like, all right, I'm gonna come in at 9:30 for 30 minutes and then come back at 11 and finish it. So we were there waiting for an hour. He didn't come at 9:30, you know, and then he came later at 11:30 instead to actually do it. So the point is, that stuff happens on corporate sets, and you need crew that understands that and do not get affected by it. And he was cool and calm, and he was just very professional. And I'm like, yeah, this
He's
guy,
got the-
I know we could rely on him.
He's got the wedding background, so he's dealt with brides that might have had a moment at some
wasn't,
point.
But the funny thing is, he wasn't a wedding. He didn't do that many weddings back in the day. I think it just happened to be one wedding that he did that I was there with. But he does mostly a lot of like corporate event and commercial type content, but in a very run and gun kind of style way. So it's like there's a certain kind of attitude you need to be able to do what he said.
Absolutely.
So,
And
like,
be
with
very
him,
proactive as
Yeah.
well. Very
Yes.
proactive to manage people, So, yeah.
And wear many
it's
hats.
very important. Oh my
'Cause,
God.
like,
yeah.
The guys
can
I had
tell.
applying, like they all have like all their portfolio stuff was like film, TV, commercial, and it's like I know on those sets they had a lot of people, right? And everyone, if it's union, there's one guy that specifically turns light bulbs off and on, like. But on our
Unscrews
types,
them.
yeah, like on our sets, it's like sometimes you might need to do audio because there's only 2 interviews that day, and I couldn't sell adding an audio op to the budget, so you need to be able to just quickly bring your audio kit and everything,
Yes.
and also
Throw a lab on.
having your own gear kit, because a lot of the guys that I had applying, I was looking at the rates, I'm like, oh, this is pretty low for what they do, but then I was like, oh wait, it probably doesn't include gear, and I was like, I need to know like the full all-in rate, because it's like I can't
course.
like what I'm not giving you gear, like bring your own stuff,
course.
this is corporate, this isn't film.
Yeah.
And it's being flexible. It's like you can tell them, it's like, hey, this is the project, this is the budget. Are you able to do it? Are you able to handle it? This is the ask. And, if you are free and you're down, you can roll with the punches. And that's what this guy was like. And I'm like, perfect. Because he does a little bit of everything. He does some editing. He does some shooting. Like, this is one of those rare situations where understanding more parts of the process can be beneficial, in the corporate world. So
Yeah.
there's that aspect too.
Absolutely. And I think that applies for any project, guys, to be honest.
Of course.
Because, it has to be about attitude. You have a good attitude. You are very proactive. You are responsible. You are a professional, right? It's your brand. So we have to be very careful about that and how you communicate with your clients. So, yeah.
And I think that's a good note to kind of end that one off. But like before we sign off, the one last question we like to typically ask is like, how did you come up with the name for your business?
Okay, that's a very interesting question. All right, my name is Ana Veronica Rosales, right? So it's AVR Media Group.
Your
so
initials.
Because, yeah, my initials. So I remember those days when I had another job, and I was talking with a friend. And she told me, Anna, you should create your own company. And I was, what? No, you're crazy. No way, no way. And then I was, thinking about that. And I just told her, you're right. Maybe I should create my own company. And then it was a very fast thought. And AVR Media Group, because media and, I can offer different services from creative and media services. So, yeah, that's the story of my name, the name of my company.
Nice. Well, Anna, thank you so much for joining us on the show and just sharing your experience. And we actually covered quite a few interesting topics today, which I'm glad. Something a little different.
Thank you,
every now and
guys.
then.
I'm very glad to be here.
Great. Well,
Thanks.
thanks, and we'll keep in touch.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Creatives Grab Coffee. Please make sure to follow and engage with us on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, and your favorite podcast app.
Creatives Grab Coffee is created by Labs Productions, a video production company based in Toronto, Canada.
Creatives Grab Coffee is also sponsored by...
My name is Miran. Welcome to Canada Film Equipment. We are a boutique rental house based in Toronto. We are here to help you guys out with all production sizes. Feel free to contact us to get a quote if you are a production house and you're looking for lighting, camera packages, or lighting and group fan packages. You can see our contact information in the link below. We are more than happy to help you guys out. Make sure you follow and subscribe to creativesgrabcoffee.com. Thank you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Matt. Welcome to Audio Process. We are a boutique audio company doing location sound, sound design, post-sound, ADR, Foley. We service equipment. We do all your audio needs here in Toronto. We got you covered. Come on down, audioprocess.ca. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and all of the other internet things to creativesgrabcoffee.com. They'll be waiting for you, I'll be waiting for you, and we're all gonna have a real good time.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.